Hi Libra, welcome. So Libra, this is going to be your spiritual tarot reading, and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. So Libra, when I was meditating on the energy, I was just getting messages about going with the flow, allowing yourself to be in the flow. Interestingly enough, I actually was going to record your reading yesterday, and I started it a few different times, and for some reason I just could not find the motivation to continue. So it was also, it's almost like Libra, if you find yourself maybe starting projects and then stopping, or losing motivation or losing inspiration in the middle of something, maybe it's because you're not truly in the flow. Maybe you're doing it out of a sense of obligation, or because it needs to get done, right? Which, you know, that happens in life. There's things that we need to get done, but we get things done in such a more efficient way when we are in the flow of it, when we are doing what we truly love, or finding love within whatever it is that we are doing. And so there's this energy here, or this message here, Libra, to incorporate more presence and to find more joy in whatever activity that you have going on. And if you can't, that's all right. Step away from it. You know, sometimes a lack of motivation is a signal that we need to change directions, or that temporarily to kind of leave something alone and come back to it when we are feeling motivated, when we are feeling ready, not to push ourselves when we don't really feel that desire, right? So it's also about honoring our impulses, Libra. If you get an impulse to do something different while you're in the middle of a task, yeah, it can be a little bit I'm bad for this, you know. It could be like of a little bit of a flighty trait, where you're like in the middle of doing something and then all of a sudden you're like doing something else. But at the same time, like, we aren't here to get it done. We think that we have all these things we need to get done, but that's just a play on the mind. We are here to be present in the present moment. And yeah, things are going to get done, but there is no true like destination or timeline or whatever, because life is a variable. It is a bit unpredictable. You don't really know what kind of time you're on until the time is run out. You know what I mean? So make the best of your time. And if there's something that you don't feel motivated to do, maybe there's something else that's better worth your time. You know, just saying. So anyways, let's get into the cards and see. My nose is itchy. Sorry about that. You have the card of Venus showing up, which is all about love, beauty, harmony, romance. It's talking about all the fun and delicious things in life. The things that are not obligations, but that give us passion. This is what you're needing to infuse more of in your day-to-day, Libra, especially as we leave out January into February, which is more things that bring you pleasure, that make you feel good, indulge a little bit, enjoy a little bit, Libra. Also, this is highlighting love, romance, and the relationships, if I didn't say that yet. And then you have the Five of Cups here. Okay, these were in, are these in the reverse? No, that's right. Interesting. So it came out in the reverse. So if there had been some sadness going on, melancholy, feeling like things were not working out, I do feel that energy lifting, and things feeling a little bit more easy, a little bit more in the flow, you feeling a little bit more like yourself, Libra, as we go into this first quarter of 2023. So let's get more specific and see. We are going to go into the headspace and what you need to know about that. And then we're going to go into the heart space and see what's going on with your emotions and love. Then we're going to look at likely outcomes in the big spiritual picture. So Libra, let's see what we have coming in. You have the Three of Cups, the Knight of Wands here. And all of a sudden I feel like yawning. I feel a little bit exhausted, like I need a nap or something. I don't know if Libra, you need to get some rest, or there's been something exhausting your energy. And as I say that, you have the Ten of Wands here. But it's time to take good care of yourself. So there's a few different things going on. I feel like things may be coming together when it comes to significant relationship or friendships, or just simply having that support network available to you during this time frame. This could also be a time where there's reasons to celebrate, or that you feel like actually getting out and doing something, or going out, you know, as this often highlights action and movement, as well as celebrations. But don't overdo it, Libra, because there is also this message here about possibly overdoing it and then needing to kind of recoup, okay? But this is also talking about doing some self-reflection and taking good care of yourself, being patient with yourself. I feel like self-reflection is self-care, you know, when we can reflect on our lives and have meaning and have purpose and feel purpose-driven. That's when, like, life feels different. It feels fun. It feels fun when there is something to look forward to, right? As opposed to always feeling like obligation or something you have to do because it's got to get done. You know, like, all work and no play makes Johnny mad or sad. I'm not sure how that saying goes. That's a saying. I didn't just make that up. But all work and no play don't feel good. You know what I mean? Because first of all, you should be able to be playful while you work. And actually, work would be fun if you saw it as play, because it really is. You know, like, when you can bring a playful attitude to every area of your life, even the things that seem like duties or responsibilities, like cleaning and cooking and stuff like that, if you bring that sense of imagination and you bring that sense of play to it, almost anything can be fun. Almost anything can be fun, you know? And me, myself, I'm a Libra moon, Libra rising, and I've had some pretty, you know, horrible jobs that were sad and depressing, and some of them in the medical field, and yet I still was able to find a way to find purpose and or enjoyment, or both, out of it. It's all a mindset, right? They're saying if you set your mind to the tone of, I want to get enjoyment out of this regardless, you will receive some benefit from everything you do in your life, Libra. And this is really emphasizing the need to point your perspective in that direction. So there's also this message about, oh my goodness, this is what's exhausting, this part of your life. So there's also something here that feels a bit stagnant, and it's around love and romance, and just feeling maybe like you're fresh out of ideas, or that wow, really. There seems to be some sort of learning curve around a specific relationship or relationships in general right now, where it's like feeling that nothing really sparking your interest, or really I've learned all I needed to learn. Some of you feel that way about a person. You kind of just learned what you needed to learn and don't feel that it's going anywhere, and you're getting ready to close that karmic chapter, or the need to think about something anymore. Okay. For others of you, there's also this message here about like feeling like, okay, you know what you need to know, and there's nothing left to learn about a person or a situation or love. And Spirit is saying, not true. Absolutely not true. There's definitely something to be learned here. Definitely always new insights coming through, new fresh energy coming through. It's just, are you available to it or not? Are you receptive to it or not, Libra? That's what you need to ask yourself. But some of you are not open to the idea of maybe romance, and therefore not receiving any. You have to be open to the idea in order for you to be in receptivity of it. And that's the kicker, right? Sometimes we think we're not receiving love from other people or our intimate partners because they are withholding it. But most of the time, the discomfort you feel is not necessarily the other person withholding it. It's you withholding yourself from loving them because of your perception. right? Because nobody else can control your emotions but you. I hope this is making sense. So a lot of the times the discomfort we feel is us withholding love from self or from others for whatever reasons. We all think we have good reason, and sometimes the ego will justify that and sometimes it doesn't, but we all do it to some degree, right? But if you want to open up that passageway, you have to open up internally and allow yourself to see self and others through the lens of love and understanding, and then you will be the recipient of it. That was long-winded, sorry. I hope you're sticking with me, but let's go into the emotions. I can actually hear, like, I'm not trying to get distracted, but there's somebody in the closet or something next to me. Like, I can hear banging, and it's kind of distracting me. I don't know if it's my son or what, but whatever. Okay, so in the emotional space, you have the King of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. So a little bit of a mixed bag in the emotional space as well. I feel like you might be doing a lot of thinking about, you know, how you feel and are you making the right choice, and fearing that you might not be making the right choice, but then coming back to the fact that you can't make the wrong choice, and it's a lot of back and forth. This is total Libra vibes, and again, as a Libra moon, I can attest to this. I feel like for Libras, it's like we're trying to see both sides of the situation, right? The scales. And honestly, that is a super strength, because you are able to genuinely see other people's perspectives, and Libras are excellent at reading energy as well because of that. But here's where it goes wrong. Also, we have a tendency to go back and forth too many times, you know, and I feel like that's what's going on, where there's one point in time where you're feeling clear, you're feeling like, yes, I'm making the right decision, and then boom, doubt. I'm not certain. Should I think about this some more? Should I weigh it out some more? And it keeps you a little bit stagnant, Libra, as opposed to feeling more in control of the outcome or of self, right? When we are constantly like leaning one way or the other, it tends to split our energy. And this could be what's exhausting you, is like this back and forth type of vibe. And Spirit is saying there's not a right or a wrong choice. There's just a choice, and you have to line up with it. And Spirit follows you. So the exhaustion that you feel isn't because you might make a wrong choice or a right choice and Spirit has an opinion about it. No, Spirit loves you unconditionally, is following you, it's not judging you. The back and forth and the discomfort you feel is because of your own indecisiveness. Find what feels best and line up with it, and line up with it, and line up with it, and don't naysay and don't doubt yourself, and you'll feel a little bit more certain. Because every path that you choose is eventually going to lead you to the path. Even if there's bumps along the way, even if there's a lesson in it for you, etc., etc. But when you feel out your decisions and you use your intuition, it does help you to choose a path of least resistance, Libra. So there's two things being reinforced here. One, Spirit, Source, God, whatever you call it, is not looking upon you and strongly wanting you to go in one direction or the other, because it is unconditional love. It's hard for human beings to wrap their mind around that, especially with a lot of the things that are taught in traditional like religion and stuff. But it is an unconditional source of love and light. And so it's never judging you, never trying to persuade you, never saying that's wrong and that's right. It's ourselves. It's us that are making those right, wrong judgments. We are the judgers. We are the judgers. And a lot of time we make our judgments based on what we think other people will feel. What is most acceptable in my environment, in my home? What would make my mom most proud or not proud of me? We get a lot of our judgment from our own brain conditioning from childhood and society. But I guess all that to say is that since you are the judger for yourself, then pay attention to how you feel, leave other people's opinions out of it, and make the judgment call, line up with it, and go forward. But just know that you are not being judged from your higher self's perspective. I don't know why I'm going into that. I guess, I don't know if I have some Libras tuning in that have been like grappling with like, is this wrong? Is this right? You know, only to come to find out in Source's eyes, it's all neutral. It's you that's having the difficulty here. And I have to laugh because like, I catch myself doing this too. Like, again, I'm a Libra moon and a rising. So I definitely catch myself like overthinking things or judging myself, you know, judging my own decisions. And basically what it boils down to is that I'm trying to make a decision based on how other people may feel, which is never going to truly work because you can't please everyone. And if you stand on your head to try and please everyone, you will displease yourself. So you have to just genuinely go with what your heart's called towards at the end of the day. And don't judge yourself and don't judge others, and try to be easy and light about it and playful. And actually that was the encouragement, and that was the way that you were going to get out of any sort of funk or stagnation, was to be more light about it. Judge yourself less. Listen, if Source isn't judging you, and it's not, why are you judging you? Food for thought. Some people might say that if we don't judge ourselves, we will never do the right thing, but I beg to differ. I beg to differ. The right thing always is going to feel the best because that's where the love is. And love is always going to feel great, and anything that is absence of love is going to feel mediocre or terrible. And we all want to feel good. So naturally, our spirit is always going to call us towards love. Anyways, let's go further. All right, Six of Pentacles, the Chariot. Why do I have this song in my head? Zendaya, giving it all for love. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. All right, so Six of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Eight of Wands, and the Five. I didn't want all those. The Five of Cups, Three of Wands, Six of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Three of Wands. So Libra, there's an opportunity here to open yourself, be a little bit more generous, and watch as things move forward. It's like, open yourself up to new connections, new experiences, new ways of going about things. Some of you might also be interested in travel or planning some sort of move, or that might do you good to invest in some sort of property or vehicle, okay? I don't usually get that specific, but it could be that specific. In general, this is just talking about opening yourself up to giving and receiving, and to allowing the energy to flow, and lining up with what you truly want and going for it. Because I feel like a lot of this back and forth that you have going on in the emotions isn't because necessarily you don't know what you want. It's because you might be afraid that what you want isn't what others would want. But other people aren't living your life, Libra. They have their own life to live. And if everyone just stayed in their own damn lane, we'd all be a lot happier. Just saying. So if the back and forth is because of that reason, the message from Spirit is to still follow your heart anyway. Still listen to your emotions, because that is your path of least resistance. Whether others agree or understand, they'll come around eventually, you know. Or not, doesn't matter. Well, eventually they will, because we all reemerge into non-physical when we die, and we all become back into our loving, unconditionally loving selves, where we will all reunite as the collective. So yes, either way, whether people understand you, they don't understand you, they'll come around. It's a guarantee. Live your life, Libra. Don't get so caught up in the past. This is where the exhaustion is coming from too. It's also spending too much time dwelling on what already has occurred, or the past, or overthinking the past, over reminiscing the past, etc., etc., etc. And that is draining you. So it's time to look towards the future, and that's where all of your power is at, Libra. This is talking about movement forward, communication, things stabilizing for you, both within your home, but also possibly financially. It's just feeling more secure in general about your future. So it's like there is movement forward here, and then a little bit of a setback, and that's because you have a mix of things going on in your mind and your heart, and so you're getting a mixture of things manifesting right into your reality. But then you kind of bounce right out of this maybe low point and back on your high horse, Libra. So it's a little bit like this as we start February, end of January, but ultimately this is helping you to realize and to define what it is that you truly want for your next chapter, and allowing you that space, that freedom, that movement to go towards what it is that you want. And also, if you've been waiting on communication when it comes to finances or family or something to deal with your stability, I feel like it will be a green light. You will get whatever it is that you're looking for in order for you to take it to the next level, Libra. So let's see what the guidance is then from the Law of Attraction cards. You have every emotion I feel is guidance from my adoring inner being. Because my inner being offers a strong and steady vibrational signal, I can always feel my allowance or resistance to that signal. The better I feel, the more aligned I am with my source. The worse I feel, the more out of alignment I am with my source. As I reach for a good feeling emotion, I am in alignment with the signal of my source. So this is a reminder to you that every emotion you feel is guidance. That is why we have emotions. We are all built and designed with a perfectly emotional guidance system that lets you know, based on how you feel, how close you are to your path of least resistance, or how far away you are. How much are you allowing love into your life, or how much are you disallowing it? Listen to that more than you listen to anyone else on this planet. Listen to that first. So Libra, I'm going to leave it there for now. Zodiac signs that you could be connecting with or have in your own chart. I have Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Cancerian energy, Pisces, and Scorpio. Those are the primary signs that I'm seeing, and Taurus, if I didn't say that. But it is a general reading, so take where it resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of all my social media links. All of them also listed in the description box below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube, where you can find the donation link. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so there. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Libra. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.